Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Saturday Show. As promised, this is the first time in a long time I have done back-to-back episodes of the Saturday Show. I am Tracy. Before I get started, I want to invite everyone who's watching to smash that subscribe button, subscribe to this channel. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you can get notifications when I load things up on the channel. Continue to smash that subscribe button, like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and support me on Patreon. I definitely appreciate the support that I have. But as always, I would love to have even more because I'm greedy, but that's okay. So this show is going to be very, very light because there's a lot happening, but most of it I talked about last week. I'm sorry, this one hair is just annoying me. I talked about last week, Biden running or Biden confirming his candidacy for a reelection. And I talked about how the Democrats need to stop gaslighting people, talking about, oh, we're for democracy, but we don't want to hold any debates because somehow that defeats democracy. I don't know. I know why the media is letting them get away with it. I think, I can say a whole bunch of things about the Republican Party. But when they have primaries, it doesn't matter. They just let anybody in. They'll have debates, they'll have discussions, not the Democrats. They close that thing so fast that it's just amazing. But what I want to talk about, and I'm going to try not to get upset because it's not tear worthy upset, but it just upsets me that one Senator Bernard Sanders immediately endorsed Joe Biden. And why is that so upsetting? It's upsetting for a couple of reasons, and I want you all to hear me out on this one. It's upsetting because, well, if you look at the two, in terms of what they say they believe, Joe Biden is basically a Republican. He just is. He's definitely not center right. He's right in terms of his political structure and what he believes. Now you'll say, Tracy, but he's for gay marriage and he's for abortion rights. I could discuss that, but I won't. And then you flip on the other side, and Bernie, in terms of what he says, he's definitely to Joe Biden's left. And when I look at it, I'm thinking, you endorsed a man that you called dishonest back in 2020. Yeah, 2020. Did something change? Did he not? I mean, we're supposed to act like he didn't say he wanted to cut Social Security, when he was in the Senate and that he voted for the Iraq War. We're supposed to forget that. We're supposed to forget that because he ended the pandemic emergency. Now millions of people are going to lose their Medicaid benefits. We're supposed to forget that. It could be two reasons why he did something that I just, not that he owes me an answer, I don't know him, but I would like more of an explanation because it could be one of two reasons. Either one, his calculation is, hey, I'm trying to show that I can work with the Democratic Party and coalesce to whatever they want. The other thing could be that he's calculating that if it's Biden v. Trump, Biden wins again. And if he had endorsed someone else, Biden would have made it hard for Bernie to get his agenda across. And I think it's more the second. But here's the thing. That's not what Democrats do. In other words, if you cross them, they're just going to work with you. I mean, they don't put up a fight. They don't know how to fight. They just kind of sit back and accept what's going on. I still don't get. I still don't get why endorse Biden. I mean, if I'm going by what you say you believe, it doesn't. There's nothing that you two believe that are alike in terms of what you're saying you believe. And you believe in Medicare for all. Biden says if it gets to his desk, he'll um, veto it. You said that you believe in cutting military spending. Biden is proposing a budget that will give more money to the military than any president. Any president. You say you believe in a living wage. Joe Biden said the same thing. It was a $15 minimum wage, but when it got defeated, he just forgot about it. I mean, it's not important. It's more important to support the Democratic Party. And that's what I think a lot of us on the left are feeling betrayed because it doesn't make sense. Why not endorse somebody like, I don't know, Marianne Williamson, who agrees more with your policies? I mean, if I'm going about this and I say I care about the people and not politics, I'm not going to endorse somebody that has the exact opposite views of what I believe. Why do that? But there's always this political game that you have to play. And that's what always makes me hesitate when people say, oh, run for office. I don't want to become someone that has to negotiate political games. I just want to be there to represent and to advocate for the people that put me in office. That's what I want to do. I don't need to schmooze up to you or bow to your will to do anything. I'm there to represent the people who put me in office. And that's what I don't want to become. And I can't help but say that's what Bernie has become. And that hurts so much because I was a huge Bernie Sanders supporter. After Ralph Nader, um, it was like number two leftist on my list of leftist politicians. And now that's just gone. This endorsement shows a lot. And it shows that one, we've got to stop expecting politicians to save us. They're not. I don't care if they're Republican, Green, Libertarian, Democrat, Socialist, Party Labor Movement, whatever. It's up to us to save us. We're the ones that have to do it because if you look at this endorsement, it's a signal. It's signaling more than I endorse you. It's saying that somehow the progressive, which I would still consider Bernie a progressive, they're agreeing with what Biden is saying. They're in step with what the centrist Democrats are saying or doing. And that's not going to do it. That's not going to get us Medicare for all. That's not going to give us a $24 hour minimum wage. That's not going to give us, labor protection and the Green New Deal and all the things that we advocate for, because it doesn't change. I mean, let me backtrack. It won't change because why change? Why would the Democrats change? They have no reason to. They've been getting money from corporations for years in terms of, their campaign contributions. And, they've been, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no reason for them to change. Everything that the Democrats, and again, I just ignore the Republican Party, they aren't worth my time. Why even talk about it? But what is it that the Democrats want? And I'm talking about, because I don't consider myself a Democrat. I can't I can't point to say, I mean, I know they talk about reproductive rights a lot, but that's just talk and not action. What actions, that's the question. What actions have they taken? They've done nothing in terms of voting rights. They've done nothing in terms of a living wage. They've done nothing in terms of Medicare for all. They've done nothing in terms of reducing homelessness. I could go on and on and on. So we can't depend on them. I would say anymore, but we should never have depended on them in the first place. It's going to take us to do this. And I don't know what mechanism that we um we implore to get it back in our balance. I just know that we have to. We can't just sit aside while a, and I don't want to say so-called, but I have to say so-called progressive endorses a man that literally said that if Medicare for all gets his death, he will veto it. He said, I mean, he literally endorsed a man who said that nothing will fundamentally change. He kept that promise. Now, he didn't keep a whole lot of promises, but that one, he kept that one. Why? Why are so-called progressives bending their knees to the Democratic Party? I could see it if, and that's the only way I can see it, if they, endorse Biden or any other Democrats, that they would get something out of their endorsement that was tangible. That would make sense to me. Okay, I endorse you. You let this bill pass committee. Yeah, it shouldn't happen. It's political games, blah, 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 blah. But that I could see. That would, at least you're getting something back that's tangible. I don't know what the progressives think that they're getting by endorsing Biden. And Bernie's not the only one. Other left-leaning politicians have endorsed them. And it's never like a tangible thing that they can say why. They could say, oh, we had the child tax credits, but then I would say they disappeared. They could say, oh, we're working and we're trying, if you give us, 2 or 3 more senators, we could get things passed. But heck, when Obama was president, they had 60 and still didn't do anything. I'm still convinced that they had 100 senators. It would be some type of excuse. It's the Democratic Party looks for excuses. I don't believe they're about action. They haven't proven it. You're telling me that you don't even pass voters' rights, not $24 hour. Well, it was $15 hour wage increases for minimum wage, not extending the tax credit and making it permanent. Like, you can pass voters' rights, the most essential right that all Americans have, but you want me to vote for you because you did such a good job with COVID, but you canceled the COVID pandemic emergency, therefore putting millions of people at risk for losing Medicaid. But hey, that's just me pointing out stuff. Doesn't matter. I don't get it. I wish I understood the whole rationale of endorsing someone that's so opposite. Like I said, it's got to be that the calculations being made that if I did endorse Marianne Williamson, because nobody's going to endorse Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr. Nobody's going to endorse him. He'll be, I mean, nobody's going to endorse him. But if Bernie did endorse Marianne, I wonder what would happen. I think I know what would happen. I believe the media, especially MSNBC, because they already don't like it. They would just be in a fit of it would just be full tantrum. In terms of he betrayed the Democratic Party. But yet, when he was running, they kept saying he's not a Democrat. So is he a Democrat or is he not a Democrat? I didn't think he was, but y'all the ones let him run. But anyway, it just feels like this. It feels like a betrayal. I don't know if it is, because people have the right to endorse whoever it is they want to. But when the ideas are so diametrically opposed to each other, that's where I have a hard time understanding. Again, unless he took the calculation of Biden is going to win re-election, he's trying to push something through. He got Biden's word on something. But can you really trust Biden's word? I mean, this man has broken more promises than just about any politician. I know everybody's going to say, well, politicians break the promises all the time. Yeah, but Biden excels at that. I mean, he said that he would fight for union workers. Yet when the railroad strikers decided that they wanted to maybe go on strike, he forced them back to work. And sure, he's for helping children, but somehow didn't say anything when the child tax credit expired. And he's for voters' rights, but when that didn't pass, didn't say anything about it. What I wish I understood. I wish that people paid more attention to who's running their governments, especially at the local level. We've got some yahoos at the local level. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you all serious? But they get in because we're not paying attention. We need to start paying attention. And to all the people that say, I don't vote, please don't please comment on this video. One, because I want to know why it is that you don't vote. Now, I can say one, that both parties are alike, and that I agree with. But why do you complain? You're not doing anything to make the system better. You're definitely not bringing up a candidate that you think should run. Maybe try that. I don't know. I don't really know. And I wish that I had more answers, but I don't. I just know this feels like a betrayal. And it's making me question a whole lot of other stuff that Bernie has said. And I'm like, it feels like I got fooled. And I don't like that feeling at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong so badly, because not only did I campaign for him, but I've defended, and I don't do that for a whole lot of people. And so I know I'll hear I don't do that, but politicians have got to stop this whole tick for tat type of politicking or policy or procedure, whatever it is I'm trying to say, because you should not be saying, well, if I endorse him, he might do this for me. Maybe he should do this for you because it's the right thing to do. Because if you're there to work for the people, not the special interest, not a committee assignment, but if you're there to work for the people, political backstabbing or political posturing shouldn't even be a thing. Now, obviously politics is a thing, but it's the posturing. It's the, I'm going to endorse you but you need to remember this down the road. Well, why not just do the right thing? I'm I it's gonna take me a while for this one. To be honest, it's going to take a while. Um, it just is. And I don't I don't know what else to say. Here's what I will say before moving on to the next subject. Primary everybody. I don't care who it is, just primary everybody. Sometimes a politician needs fire under their feet, metaphorically, not literally, YouTube. They need to feel the pressure of an outside candidate and to get primary. But of course, some of them, again, people don't look at um their ballot, so they just vote for either the name that's at top or the name that they recognize and don't do any type of research. I would like to see voter guides make a return. I don't think we have. I mean, I know they're available online, but they should at least be there on the day of voting so that people will know. But that's so hard to do. That's so hard to do because it costs money. And I don't know if taxpayers are willing to pay more dollars for something to be printed. That's probably a waste of trees. But there's got to be some way that we can inform the public. And maybe the public just doesn't want to be involved. I doubt that. But look at voter turnouts. Voter turnouts in non-presidential years is terrible. You get maybe 40% of people, of registered voters that will show up for a local race. The race for president isn't any higher. It's at 60% of eligible voters. So it's higher, but it's still not 70, it's still not 80. It's as though we've lost our ability to care or to even try. And that's what I don't want to happen. I don't want people to look at, the Sanders endorsement of Biden and say, well, that's it. I'm never going to vote again, or I'm not going to vote. And this is why I don't vote. That's not a reason. That's a reason to vote. That's a reason to get up and, again, primary everybody. That's literally a reason to primary everybody. That means primary Bernie, primary Elizabeth Warren, primary everyone. If you are in public office, you need to be brought to the carpet about what you are and aren't doing. We can't afford to live in a country that has millions of children starving. That can't be. We can't call ourselves compassionate people if we have homelessness, if we have families that are basically living paycheck to paycheck. How do we call ourselves human beings? We shouldn't let that kind of thing happen. And we need to primary more of these people to get, hey, you shouldn't go on that job making $144,000 a year and then come out a millionaire. That should be impossible. But will we do that? No, because we'll elect the name that we know, or we won't show up at the polls at all. And that's got to change. And I wish I knew how it could change. I don't know. I just don't know. So you can definitely put that in the comment section. I was going to talk about Nancy Pelosi winning some type of award for advocating against Medicare for all, but she pretty much deserved it. So not going to talk about that at all. I'm just going to end this video because I am very, very tired today. Had a long day. And it's almost 6 o'clock, and I've been gone since 6:30 this morning. So I'm going to try to wake myself back up, and so I don't go to sleep, and I actually can sleep when I actually go to bed. But I want to thank everybody for watching this little short video. Subscribe to this channel, smash, obliterate the subscribe button. Like this video, share this video, comment on this video, support me on Patreon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.